Oh, we're on because I forgot to do this. Now we'll do this. Hey guys. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey.
We're on. I saw Jenny. Jenny's on. Vicky's on. It's Friday.
It is Friday.
Beautiful weekend, I think.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, we got some rain yesterday. That was cool. It was cool, actually. It dropped the temperature about 15, 20 degrees.
Yeah, I heard it rained pretty hard.
Yeah, we got some. I was going across to get coffee. Hey, Kim. Oh, Kim's on. And Jim's on. Kim and Jim were slim. Slim pickings. So I was going over to Black Bear to get a coffee yesterday, and I looked outside. It was kind of sprinkling. I said, I better get my hat and jacket. So I did that, and I walked outside, and man, it just dumps the hail, the little tiny stuff. Did that for a good while. A good while, maybe 30 minutes or so.
That's what I hear. I actually missed it all, but
you went down the mountain.
Yeah, but I could tell that we got a bit of rain because some of the plants were knocked down pretty good.
Oh, okay. Oh,
and it wasn't deer this time.
I thought maybe you were saying you knew it was going to rain because the contractor was due to come out.
Yeah, wouldn't have been that lucky.
Yeah. So nice weekend. It's baccalaureate service tonight for the graduating seniors.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then graduation is tomorrow. And then I don't know about you. I'm just going to party all weekend. Graduation parties and stuff. So go to that. You're tired just thinking about it, aren't you?
Yes.
So that's cool. I'm going to do that. Get ready for that today. And then we have a week to catch our breath. Actually, is it 2 weeks to catch our breath?
No.
1 week to catch our breath. 1 week to catch our breath.
That's VBS.
Then VBS. And then the rest of for June is going to look like this. I'm not a swimmer, so I don't swim well. The dog paddle is my jam, But you know how swimmers, they swim, get a breath, swim, get a breath. That's going to be June for me. So VBS, get a breath. Children's camp, get a breath, youth camp, and then I haven't even looked at July that hard yet. So
Yeah, I think you described my whole summer starting now.
Now, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm already there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is it. Swim this week. Get a breath next week. Then swim. Yeah. All right. Through June, but not my whole summer. I hope. July. Hope you be able to be around. We're doing the family camp out. You don't have to come camp out, but the 25th through the 27th, so that Thursday and Friday night, and then Saturday. So that'll be fun. Just up here at the Sleepy Grass camp area. Is that it? Sleepy Grass? Something.
Yeah, August is the wild card for me. I'm not sure what's happening in August, so I might be around in August,
We'll see.
but maybe not. Who knows?
For us, our summer is only, well, not really June, but June and July, because August school starts back. Then we pick back up in a ministry year.
That's right. School starts in August.
Yeah.
That's a good time for me to be gone, actually.
You don't have to deal with the school zone. Let's see. Oh, I gotta log into my phone watch here.
Yeah,
It says we're
okay.
live. That's a good thing. Also got a text.
Yeah, I
It might
just
have been
checked my
from
pulse.
you.
Yep, I'm live.
Yeah. I can do an EKG right here. Yeah. Sometimes. So it checks for arrhythmia, AFib, atrial fibrillation. No, not arrhythmia, but AFib. It'll check for that. It always tells you it doesn't check for a heart attack because they don't have the liability. But I will be just sitting there sometimes. It's usually after about 2 or 3 pots of coffee, and it says, "Hey, your heart beats over 120 beats per minute, and you don't appear to be doing anything. Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Jamming with my coffee. So what are we talking about today?
That's what I was going to ask you.
So did you even call me? You called me too. You were getting worried about me.
Well, you were.
I was running late today.
We're missing in action.
Yeah. Paul's like, I don't remember it. Did you ever know how to click the buttons here? It's confession time. You didn't have to.
No, I never have.
Okay.
I've watched you do it a few times. I might have been able to figure it out.
Okay. Yeah. Except that today I did it wrong. I clicked live before I did the video.
Yeah.
So you guys got if you were on right away, you got a little glimpse of us there. So the title of the message is, who are they? As we kind of dig into the demographics.
Who are who?
Who are the people in our community? And the big idea is, in order to know them, you have to spend time with them. We've hit this before, but I want to do a better job of engaging you guys online. So what are some good ways to actually spend time with the people? Jim and I kind of hit this a little bit on Wednesday, but what are some good ways to spend time with people in the community? Now Jim and I mentioned some kind of contact points, some ways to get out in the community, but what are some good ways to spend time with them? I have my favorite, but I'll mention that in a minute.
What, going to the coffee shop?
How'd you guess? But here,
Right, Java and Jesus.
let me. He had the benefit of the backside of the cup. Yeah. So and it's fun, and of course the girls just want to go over and get their coffee. That Hillary and Hope just want to get their coffee and come back, so they just leave me there. But just go over there and just visit with people.
You just hang out.
I do sometimes. I mean, one of these days I'm going to make that like my auxiliary office.
You haven't already?
Yeah, I keep thinking that I'm going to. And I'll take like a book or something over there and never open a book or never turn the computer on because I end up talking.
Well, you know what? We should take a laptop over there and do Java and Jesus live
from BlackBerry. We could do that actually. I can do that on my laptop. That might be a fun Friday thing. It we'd have to work it out with them so we can get in a little bit before they open.
Yeah.
And then let's see if we can work that out for next week. So we can do a live Java and Jesus from BlackBerry Coffee.
We've had remote operations in the past.
We did at
We
least
did it. We did it from VBS.
That's what I was
once.
saying. At least 1 year. Yeah, it was way more complicated back then.
Yes.
Nowadays it's a lot easier with the software that we use. But you guys tell us, what is some good way to now, Jim, you and I did some contact points, ways that we get out in the community. But what's a good way to get to know the people in the community? By the way, while y'all are thinking about that, I started talking about at the end of the year as we head into reIMAGINE Church in a New World. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but Clarkcroft not only has it changed again just last week.
What?
We went from a police force of 4 to a police force of 1.
Yeah, okay, I did hear that.
Changes and I'm not commenting good or bad, whatever. I mean, obviously, I would rather have more police officers, but that is really indicative of that's an outward sign of the inward changes that are happening, even in Clarkcroft and government and stuff like that. So Clarkcroft it's a changing. Yeah, and if we don't keep our finger on the pulse, we're gonna be left behind. I'm not talking about with gossip, but that's not gossip. I read it on the internet, so I know it's true. But true stuff can be gossip too.
Yes.
Did you know Paul has false teeth? He doesn't, but even if it were true, that would still be gossip for me to go around and say. That was just a little tidbit there.
Thank you for that.
So I'm 57. My dad died at 54. My mom died at 45, and they both had false teeth from the time I could remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that ought to be my new saying. Somebody says, "How you doing? Got all my teeth." Yeah. I'm way ahead of my parents. Since I could remember. I don't remember a time when they didn't. So
I do have all my teeth.
yeah. Well,
I don't even have fillings.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have any fillings?
I've never had a cavity.
I'll tell you. You guys are supposed to be chiming in, by the way. Come on, we're counting on you. Good ways how do we get to know the people in a community? I've even gotten to the place. I didn't go to the dentist the first time until I was 25, and that might have been how many cavities I had too. But I even got to the place, and this almost never happens, where you just go to the dentist and they're just like, "Oh, everything's all good." So it was one of those, but then the dentist said, "But I've noticed you have a cracked filling. So we're going to schedule an appointment for next week. We have to take that out and refill it." I'm like, and it was exactly the same process when you have a cavity. You have the drill and all that other stuff. And I'm sure my mouth was full of mercury.
Wow.
So that was a bummer. I did everything right and I still got punished.
Yeah.
So no fillings. I don't have my wisdom teeth. They took those out.
I did take wisdom teeth out.
Yeah. I thought it was wisdom to leave them in.
Yeah, I yanked them all out at the same time.
Oh, I like pain, so I did one long ago when Hillary was little, and I did one here. Yeah. That fateful day, I did it. I got dry socket. I couldn't preach that Sunday. Went in. Oh, and then a little bit later it got infected, so I had to open it up and clean it.
No, I had, what do they call it? Impacted.
Oh yeah.
So it was, the gum had come over and I was biting down on it. So yeah, that was a bad thing. So went to the dentist to ask about it. He said, "Yeah, it's impacted. We're gonna have to pull that one." Figured, as long as I'm here, I might as well get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
So did that.
They advised me to do that, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So Kim says to patronize. Isn't that a bad word? Are you patronizing me? Isn't that what we say? To patronize local businesses. She means to
visit them,
spend money there.
Yeah.
Local events, make a point of chatting with people that you run into. So that's actually, if we would, and here's the deal. So that I agree with all those. For me, I have to be like intentional in doing it. So here's what this would be how that would play out in my life. I'm going to pick an afternoon and I'm just going to go chat with people on Borough Street. You know what I mean? You don't have to pick a whole afternoon, but you have to make that point to get to know them.
Yeah. You're a better man than I, because
You want to get in and out as fast as you can.
that's exactly what I avoid doing.
Oh, late morning. That's okay. We were talking earlier, Jose. I was a little bit, I was getting here a little bit late. We took a little bit longer at the house doing stuff. And so Paul texted me and called me. He was getting worried about me. That's a good friend there. Part of it may have
It's a
been
wellness check for you.
yeah. Part of it may have been frequent local businesses. She said to patronize them. I don't know. Yeah, isn't that funny how that it's the same word, right?
It is.
That one way it's bad and one way it's good. Yeah, lead and lead are the same, but
Yep.
lead the heavy metal,
Yes,
not the past tense of leading.
I got it.
Okay, so to go there and so to just take some time. This is out of your comfort zone. Well, out of your preference zone, anyhow. Take
No,
some
it's my
time,
comfort
zone
zone too.
to take some time and just chat. I mean, you know that the place we probably frequent the most is Allsup's, maybe.
Nope.
Okay, the place most normal people frequent the most.
I don't know anything about normal people.
Would be Allsup's, yeah, abnormal. That's why we get along so well.
To be honest with you, this is the place I frequent most.
This is the place. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm at the church
You-
several times a week.
You spend more time here other than work.
Yes.
More time here than any other single place. Maybe a house. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're
Yeah,
third. We're
yep,
third in line
Yep,
at least.
Yep. If I'm not at home and I'm not at work, I'm probably here.
Cool. Or you're working in DC or something. You know, somewhere crazy.
Yeah.
So here's something that Jim and I talked about doing. Go 2 by 2. Oh, take Paul. I have to grab him. Come on, Paul. We're going in.
Yeah.
And then he'd be trying to get away quick. It is good. Although, Jose, as soon as you said that, I thought about the 2 by 2 and the black suits and white T-shirts. They dropped the black. They don't wear the jackets anymore. They wear the black pants, the white shirt, a tie, and a name tag.
Wow.
The Mormons. But it's always good taking somebody else. What we talked about doing is getting, Jim and I talked about this on Wednesday, getting into like Mayfair. We kind of missed that one. That's coming up quick. But those community events, just rent a booth and maybe just have a deal that says need prayer, hand out water. I want to start trying to do this. This is a little bit, if you've had a relationship with somebody, at least just by chatting with them a little, I think it would be a fun thing to do. I wouldn't do this so much with someone that you just met, although if you connect with them, maybe you can do that. To ask them, what's your story? Everyone's got a story. What's your story? Where'd you grow up? What was it like where you were? How did you get here? Right?
Yeah.
Someone was asking me the other day, I like to do this. When they said, so where are you from? They asked me, I've been here 20 years. Where are you from? I said, where do you think I'm from? What do you think my accent is? And
clearly you're from Texas, just like everyone else.
Well, that would just be a good statistical guess.
Yes.
Good. But I don't think I know I don't sound like my family from Texas. I can tell the difference between my accent and theirs. But I've been here 20 years and I didn't sound like them a whole lot even when I was in Texas. But would that be kind of cool? I mean, don't you wonder? I was just thinking about, I kind of did this with a lady yesterday at the coffee shop, one of the local business owners in town. And I said, so where are you from? And they said, Las Cruces. I said, like, where before then? Las Cruces. So they grew up in Las Cruces and now live here and have a business. And that's where the other one that was there said, "So where are you from?" So, but that can kind of lead into so one of the ideas that I had for this booth, one time we could do need prayer, another time we can just say, "What's your story?" you know and just say we just want to get to know people in the community, and we know at events like that they're from other places too, but we just want to get to know people. So what's your story? And then if you able to talk with them, and they say, what's your story, that's an open door for me to lead into sharing my testimony, right? I don't have to share it all, because I can have an 8-hour testimony.
Yes.
I'm like the Ents in Lord of the Rings. Takes me a long time just to say hello. but wouldn't that be cool? Just to kind of get in this habit, and you can change. But to get to know someone, what's your story? And if I had taken the time, or had more time yesterday, I could have sat down, since I already interrupted the conversation they were having, and said, "So what was it like for you to grow up in Las Cruces?" Because this person is a little bit older than we are, probably not much, but a little bit. What was it like to grow up in Las Cruces? Do you have any siblings? What what faith background? I mean, whatever you want to go. How did you come here? What brought you guys here? I mean, did you come here to open the business, or you come here as a kid? And, kids will run to it, parents will follow. So what that tells me is Jose's suggesting we should either take the Gaga pit up there for the kids to play. If you don't know what Gaga ball is, it's kind of like dodgeball, but supposed to keep the ball on the ground, and you can't pick it up and throw it. You have to hit it, and there are some other rules. We have an inflatable Gaga pit we could put out there. Yeah.
Out where?
At the like Mayfair or something like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right.
Yeah. Put it out there. Or we also have it's only for preschoolers, and that would get rid of a lot of people. But I've never seen a bounce house at Mayfair or July Jamboree or anything like that. Have you?
No.
We could put and don't charge them. Just put a bounce house out there. Rent. We have to rent 2 booths probably, but put a bounce house out there.
That's a good idea. It's better than the idea I had. I was thinking lawn darts, but that might not be.
Yeah, lawn darts. Took my family to Ruidoso, and we were walking along, just shopping, just fun stuff. And there is a bar that has axe throwing. What could go wrong? Yeah, beer and throwing axes. What could go wrong? So we'll leave the axe throwing here for Lumberjack Day.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So 2-minute testimony. Yeah, it is hard. You have to kind of just hit the high points. Didn't grow up in a Christian home. Was all right with God and Jesus, but I was just empty. And through the testimony of my aunt and grandmother, I found out that what I was missing was God, the relationship with God through Jesus. Foam axe throwing. Oh, okay, that might be better. Yeah. And root beer, because that would just help too, because we're a Baptist church. I don't know that we could give beer away anyways without getting thrown in jail. So especially the kids. So, but think about that. So think about that as you go through town. So Kim said the places you frequent, don't be patronizing unless you're spending money. But the places you frequent, but I would say be even more intentional. And it's hard because we're always busy. You're just trying to usually get back from work and get home, and you never just sit there.
It seems like when I am in town, I'm a man on a mission.
Yeah.
And so no, I'm not going to stop and talk to people.
Your mission is to do what you came in town for and get back home.
That's right. Yeah.
But to get to know people is the only way you're going to be able to do that is spend some time with them. And so it's gonna cost you some time. If you're introvert, which you tend to be a little bit, I am too at my heart. I just compensate well. If you're an introvert, then you got to get out of your comfort zone, and it's still going to cost you time. But to just say, hey, where you know, just think of things like that. Where are you from? What brought you here? How long have you been here? You know, if they start, you know, looking at you like you're, what are you, a FBI? You know, tell your story a little bit. You know, um, Paul crossed the Red Sea to get here, but because he's older than I am. But no, you got here in when 90 something,
95.
95, yeah. Gosh, you were like 20 back then.
Something like that. Yeah.
Not much more in your 30s, early 30s.
I was in my late 20s.
Your late 20s when you got here?
Yeah.
Dang, I guess that's right. 95. I got here in 03 and we were 36. You might have been 37. No, you were 37 when I got here.
Yeah,
Because I was 36.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And it was November.
Okay.
We're the same age for a short period of time. But think about that and be intentional in doing that. You really, the only way you're going to get to know people is to spend some time with them. And so be intentional about that. Build that in. Think of things. Jim mentioned some other ways. So clock. I mean, you obviously get to spend time in there if you're in another volunteer organization. You're VFW commander.
Right. Yeah.
So you get to spend some time with those guys.
do.
That's how you get to know them.
That's right. We're always on a mission.
And Casey, who
Mm-hmm.
goes by another name to some people, Richard.
Yes.
They were talking about Richard. I said, Richard. Oh no, that's Casey. Well, they told me it was Richard.
Yeah,
But he's called. Although
I've invited him to Bible study.
yeah, and he's come. He didn't come last week. I thought y'all were tag teaming it, but
Yeah.
both of you missed last week. So do that. I just let me challenge you to make ways. I would say find ways, but make ways to spend time with people and get to know them. And if I'm patronizing a business, then I will. What I say all the time is, "Have you guys been busy today?" That's my opening line, whether it's at a restaurant or a retail store. Have you guys been busy? That's my opening line all the time. And I mean, I didn't even do it for this. I'm not smart enough to think that much ahead. That's just what I normally say, and then that opens opportunity for conversation. Yeah.
You're very good at it. I could
Wow.
probably take a few pointers from you.
I never quit talking. So someone says, "Well, I was going to ask you a question, but I don't want to interrupt." I'm like, "You're going to have to interrupt." Just the way it is. So let me challenge you to do that. If you're whether you're up here or down cooking in Alamogordo, I don't know. It's going to be cool. I think this weekend a little bit. One of the days is supposed to be 70.
Yeah, I heard it was going to be in the 70s.
That's
this
okay.
weekend.
That's good. That's going to be 90 in Alamo.
Yeah.
We're going to head that way, Jose, but we're going to get down there and get back as fast as we can.
That's a good plan.
Swinging by Taco Bell on the way
I
up.
can help you out with that.
Yeah. So let me pray for you guys, but let me challenge you to do that.
Okay.
Somewhere, spend some time with someone that you don't know well and get to know them. Let's pray. God, would you give us a burden for the people around us? God, help us to turn our eyes outward. It's so easy to get focused on what we're doing and the things we have to do and just on us. God, push us out of our comfort zone. Lord, help us to get to know people and Lord, to be able to connect in relationship with them with the hopes of being able to then know how to reach them and share the gospel with them. God, I pray that you would do that in an amazing way, not for us, but for your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Well, thanks for hopping in, guys. I'm sorry I should have texted you and said I might be a little bit late. I'll do that next time. I don't want you to send out the search party for me.
I worry about you sometimes.
I need to be worried about sometimes. But this time I just happen to be okay. Let me click some buttons here. We love you guys. Thanks for jumping in. Hope to see you Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday communion at church. I was thinking it's people graduating on Saturday, so I kind of wouldn't expect the graduating seniors to be here Sunday, but we'll.
Why not?
we did project graduation, which meant were they doing that when
Yes.
Dylan graduated?
Yeah.
Which meant that I didn't get home until 5 that morning, that Sunday
Yeah.
morning, but I was still here to preach.
Yeah.
But kids,
My parents would make me come to church.
no,
anyway.
yeah, kids aren't
I
quite
don't care
as
if you were up all
robust.
night.
Well, you knew you knew Sunday was the next day, didn't you?
Mhm.
Anyhow, love you guys. We'll see you hopefully on Sunday, but at least on Monday.